Hello and welcome, my friends. This is Jennifer from Mystic Star. I want to thank you so much for spending time with me today and watching this video. This is going to be my weekly group reading for March 8th through the 14th. So today we're going to explore what you can expect over the next 7 days, those obstacles and challenges, and more importantly, those things that you can embrace, those skills and abilities and blessings that will help you throughout the week. Now, the decks I've chosen for this reading, I chose my new deck, the Wizard's Tarot, and the Enchanted Map Oracle. Now, like always, there are links below to both these fantastic decks, so should they speak to you, you can go check them out for yourselves. And as we did last week, I'm doing a selection reading. So you get to choose which group and go with your gut instinct, the first one that draws your attention. I've got the Tiger Eye, the Rose Quartz, and then the Snowflake Obsidian. I'll be doing readings for each group throughout this one video. I have a timestamp for each video, so you can go to the correlating timestamp to get your reading. Alright, welcome my Tiger Eye friends. This reading is for you. Like always, I have all 78 cards in my tarot deck and then the full deck of oracle cards for this reading. I want to make sure that everybody has the fullest reading, so I include all the cards and you're part of the shuffling rather than me predetermining and counting out the cards. Alright, my Tiger Eye friends, let's see what the cards have to say today. What cards symbolize March 8th through the 14th for my Tiger Eye friends? Into the unknown. This week is going to be full of excitement and those unexpected. It's not something to fear, it's something to embrace. Anytime we see Tarot 7 in Tarot or Oracle, we're looking at a number of challenge but ultimate victory. And that's what we need to really embrace right now. That ultimate victory, embracing those unknowns rather than being fearful of them. What card represents the week of March 8th through the 14th? The Knight of Pentacles. Knights are that adolescent energy. No fear. They've got this, you gotta go big or you gotta go home energy. And that's another big energy that we're dealing with. Embracing those unknowns and embracing that courage and determination. We're going to focus it in on ourselves. Those unknown aspects and abilities, those skills that we've hidden deep down within ourselves, and in some cases, from ourselves. Those unknown aspects that we don't like to talk about are really going to come in handy as we continue to evolve and push ourselves forward. As the energies expand and amplify, so do we. We need to expand, we need to evolve, and we need to embrace what's happening around us. So let's look at this week. What does the beginning of the week look like for my Tiger Eye friends? The Hierophant, the 5th card in the Major Arcana, that connector, that teacher, that guide to that higher realm, the universe, the God, the Creator, the Great Spirit, whatever you may have called it, that connector. We do need to seek out some support when we're looking at going within. Those teachers, those support systems that help us and challenge us to go deeper and to unravel more of that mystery. The Page of Swords jumped with him. Pages are that childlike, innocent energy that's full of inquisical and playful energy. That inquisical mind is going to be very important as we go forward in this week. This week is going to offer us a lot of opportunities to not only explore ourselves and that home front, but explore alternative aspects and alternative ways of dealing with things. We are looking at really pushing our boundaries and pushing ourselves. We've got a lot of into the unknown, so that boundary is going to blur a bit. We need to dive into it and see what knowledge we can gain from this. The Three of Pentacles, the final jumper in that cluster. Threes are about expression and growth. That pentacle about growth and abundance. The Three of Pentacles talks about teamwork. I like to call the Three of Pentacles the Triforce Perfecta. Working with that physical support system, working with your higher vibrational beings, and working with ourselves to create that masterpiece, to overcome those challenges. Some of the unknown, I won't lie, for many of us is connecting into that higher vibrational space. Many of us haven't been working on those skills in this lifetime and have forgotten how to do so. Some of us are going to gain that insight and guidance through teachers and support systems within our physical realm. Others will find those teachers and support systems within our spiritual realm. We need that guidance and the kick in the pants to work on that unknown and the connection with the higher realm. So the beginning part of the week, I won't lie guys, we're looking at really reinforcing our support systems, working with our collective, and gaining that knowledge. It sounds like a lot, but a lot of it's going to come in together. Like these three cards, they all jumped out together. You're going to find it as a collective. This kind of comes as a package for you, if you will. What about the middle of the week? What does the middle of the week bring? My tiger eye friends. The Nine of Swords. Resistance. In a nutshell. This can feel overwhelming when you kind of get a rush of information, a rush of support, a rush of knowledge, especially when it's in a grip of an area that we don't quite understand. Some of this isn't going to make sense. We're not going to know what to do with it. Our ego is going to bring up and scream in our face that this is crazy and shut us down. Bracing for this impact will help lessen it. This week is about embracing and working within ourselves. The more energy and time that we give ourselves and give ourselves permission to work with, the more we're going to get out of this. Knowing that this is going to feel overwhelming in the middle of the week, we can start to put in some more nurturing and grounding exercises to help lessen that draw or lessen that impact so that we can gain that guidance and information that will help us forward. What about the end of the week? What does the end of the week bring, my tiger eye friends? The Seven of Wands. Like I said at the beginning of this reading, sevens can be a challenging card, but they're usually victorious. The more we're able to overcome that Nine of Swords, the more we're going to be able to embrace that passion, that creativity, that unknown to help us forward. Help us really connect into who we are and find that fulfillment and direction we're looking for. Now we do have multiple sevens because we have the 7th card in the Oracle deck and then the 7 of Wands. And angel messages. The angels are telling you that you're on the right track. Keep going. And that's an important aspect of this, that keep going. Even when we're struggling and feeling overwhelmed, connecting back into that earthy energy to ground ourselves, trusting in the universe that, yeah, we may not understand this, it may be a challenge, but it's important. Because when we do, that's when magic's going to start to happen in our lives. So let's look at the challenge. I won't lie, the 9 of Swords is going to give you a bit of a challenge and a run for your money. However, it's not the overall challenge this week. What is the challenge that my Tiger Eye friends are going to face for the week of March 8th through the 14th? The King of Cups. Kings are that fully developed personality. The Cup is about emotion and intuition. The Kings usually have the most control over the situation, and in this case, their emotions. And it's going to be that need for controlling and understanding what it is that's happening that's going to be a challenge. We're going to feel out of control. We're going to feel very disorientated. And most importantly, we're going to question our ability to receive that guidance and information that we need. When the Kings are challenged, they can become quite the tyrant. When we start to feel the effects of this sea of crazy that is connected with the unknown, we need to revert back to that grounding piece, that stability and structure. The courage and determination of that knight is going to help us ride these crazy emotions, this crazy need to control something we can't and never will be able to control. That release and letting go is really going to help us connect into this 7 of Wands. When we let go of that need to control, we gain the supports and guidance that we need to understand that information and incorporate it into our world and into our day. And that's an important aspect of this. We can't control the unknown. We never will be able to. And being okay with it is part of this week. Let's look at some blessings. What blessing can my Tiger Eye friends embrace? Oh, we got cards jumping. At the beginning of the week. So the first card to jump out, Golden Palace. The Golden Palace talks about always having enough, that there's enough for everybody. And this isn't about resources or energy. This is about self, because we've got that Knight of Pentacles. That knowing that you are enough, that you have enough ability, skill, and energy to embrace this, overcome these challenges, and really get excited for that next aspect, that next step. Embracing that unknown and embracing, and it's hard to see in this card, that rainbow and the pot of gold that's at the end of this rainbow. With the palace, wishing well. Putting it out there and releasing it. That's what we need to really focus in on. Setting out those intentions and letting go of it. When you wish in a well, you toss your coin in with that wish. Same with this week. Setting out those intentions, embracing that unknown and being okay with whatever it brings you. We need to release it so the universe can bring it in for us. And we really struggle with that. It's one of the reasons we struggle as a species with manifestation. We put out that need or want or desire, and then we start to second guess and question when it doesn't happen immediately. Some things take time. Putting it out there and letting it go is essential. What about the middle of the week? What blessing can my tiger eye friends embrace for the middle of the week? Ghostlands. So we know past events have brought us some energies and knowledge that may or may not be easy to overcome. It sticks with us. We can learn from the past. We can be hopeful for the future. We can plan and try and create this amazing future. Ghostlands reminds us to live in the here and the now. It's great to plan and forward, expect and set those intentions, learning from the past. But we can't get stuck in either aspect, because that's when we miss those amazing todays, that abundance and fruitfulness that the day brings us. So remember, yes, we want to plan, yes, we want to gain some more knowledge and guidance, but live in the today, in the here and now. What about the end of the week? What blessing can my tiger eye friends embrace at the end of the week? Coming together. Things are going to start to fit into place and make sense as you go forward. As we start to embrace that unknown, as we start to nurture and really get into what is happening for us right now and who it is we are, where it is we'd like to go, things are going to start to kind of fit together like a puzzle. And it's going to be an important puzzle. Connects into that Three of Pentacles really well in that cooperation and partnership in moving together to create that masterpiece. What further guidance and wisdom can we share with my tiger eye friends? Oh, we have cards everywhere. For the week of March 8th through the 14th. Okay, we had jumpers galore. So the first one, the Seven of Cups, connects into those multiple sevens and knowing that we're on the right track. The challenge is going to become knowing what skills and abilities that we're going to need that will help us move forward rather than slow us down. And that's always a challenge. That connection into the higher beings and higher self will help us. And also focusing in on the here and now so that we're able to use what's currently in abundance to help guide us forward. The Tower, the 16th card in the Major Arcana, and it's connected in with those sudden changes, those life-altering situations that happen and how they impact us on all levels. Sometimes it's a small situation that has a big impact. Sometimes it's a big situation that has a smaller impact. It differs for everybody, but knowing that the universe is really pushing us forward. It's tired of where we are, that stagnation, tired of the Nine of Swords, and especially if we get stuck in the middle of the week on the Nine of Swords, you're going to really feel the effects of the Tower. The universe kicking us in the butt to getting us going forward. And those kick in the butts sometimes are what's needed so that we can embrace that amazing next step. The Ace of Wands. That courage and determination. Taking hold of your passions, taking hold of that courage and determination and letting it guide your way. Helping you get through that confusion, helping you get through that stagnation. When we're feeling overwhelmed and uncertain, take that break. Give yourself permission to dive into that creativity. And while you have your mind on other pieces, being open for more information and more guidance to come forward. When we embrace our passions and we get out of our head, that's when the universe can really push us forward. The Queen of Wands. Again, that connection in, allowing yourself to nurture your passions and your creativity. It all will make sense in the end. But like I said, when you're feeling overwhelmed, that passion, getting out of your way, getting out of your head is going to be essential. And then finally, the Fool. That new beginning, that new journey, taking a new path. But most importantly, that leap of faith. Trusting that the universe has got our backs and nothing's going to hold us back. That trust in the universe, trust in our abilities is going to be essential as we overcome those challenges brought on by this week. I want to thank you guys so much for spending time with me today and watching this video. I hope that you found this video fun and helpful and that you're able to gain some insight and direction into what the week holds for you. If you like this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for the latest content. Things are continuing to evolve and more stuff is coming your way. The best way to stay connected is through subscribing to my channel and hitting that little red bell so you don't miss any of the insight and the healing. Until tomorrow, my friends. Hello and welcome, my friends that chose the rose quartz. This is going to be your reading. Now, like in past readings, I have all 78 cards in the tarot and then the full deck of oracle cards. I do not pre-select or pre-shuffle the cards. We let the spread and the reading occur as it naturally would. Alright, so without further ado, let's see what the cards have to say for my rose quartz friends. What can my rose quartz friends expect for the week of March 8th through the 14th? Fields of Dreams. The energies are really encouraging you to think big, reduce those blinders so that your dreams and your hopes aren't restricted, so that the universe can really amplify all those amazing pieces that you want and that you hope for. Because we are the ones that hold ourselves back. Taking off those blinders and restrictions will help us push ourselves forward and get more than we ever had asked or hoped for. What card represents the week of March 8th through the 14th for my rose quartz friends? The Devil. There's your restrictions, my friend. Literally, the devil is holding you back. Those preconceived ideas and notions, those expectations of society and family that are weighing heavy with you. They're not working in your life, and we need to start to release those nooses so we can embrace these amazing energies and open ourselves up to what the universe is going to offer us. Because like I said, we're the ones literally holding ourselves back. What does the beginning of the week bring? My rose quartz friends. The King of Swords. Kings are that fully developed personality. The swords, truth and knowledge. The King of Swords is helping us to really understand how and what is holding us back so that we can start to release it and embrace what's really going to make us happy and really help us evolve. It's really easy to get caught up in those expectations because they are reinforced within our family, within society, and within social norms. The problem is that without questioning what's holding us back, ourselves, our families, and our society will never evolve. Does not need to be radical changes that we're looking for, because radical ones are really hard to sustain and maintain. Little shifts help us to embrace that universal energy, helps us to really connect into that universal energy, and helps us nurture that manifestation and creativity skills within ourselves. It's almost like a positive reinforcement to those shifts. The universe likes to really have things fall into place when we're in alignment with what it is we're supposed to be doing. What about the middle of the week? What does the middle of the week bring, my rose quartz friends? Okay, we had a couple jumpers here. The first one, the Hierophant. The fifth card in the Major Arcana, and we're starting to see a number of Major Arcanas here, my friends. Major life shifts here, guys. And like I said, major does not mean massive. It just means it's going to impact us on a grander scale. So we have the Hierophant. He's the teacher, the connector. He's also the keeper of keys. And you don't see it here, but as we connect into ourselves and into our higher self, gaining that guidance and wisdom, challenging what isn't working and embracing what is, like I said, those dominoes start to fall into place. Doors start to open that weren't necessarily open before. They weren't on your radar. It's that high vibrational energy that helps to open up those doors. And with the Hierophant, the Ace of Swords, that aha moment, those doors, when you start to embrace and incorporate, that's a big part, incorporate knowledge and shifts and releases, that's when we start to see those doors open and we start to see these dreams come to fruition and we start to see things shift. What about the end of the week? What does the end of the week bring, my rose quartz friends? Another major arcana. The 21st major arcana, the World. The next stage. Those doors are going to open. It's up to us to do it, to step through. It's one thing about having the knowledge or knowing that doors are open. We have to take that knowledge. We have to incorporate it into our world. Making those shifts occur. Releasing what isn't working. Embracing what is. Walking through and proceeding and continuing to evolve. We can't just always be this bystander in a passive energy where we watch our lives go on before us. We do need to engage and we do need to make some decisions so that we can literally take the dancer by the hands and dance with her into that next page or that next chapter. And finally, the Lovers. The 6th card in the Major Arcana. Again, this week is giving you guys the opportunities to make some amazing transitions and shifts. And like I said before, I'll keep saying this. This does not need to be major changes. Acknowledging what isn't working, giving energy and time to what is, helps to really nurture these hopes and dreams, which in itself will help with these doors and aha moments. Now we do have the Lovers. Many of us are going to see as we start to embrace what is working and stand up on our feet and nurture ourselves a bit here, focusing in on that knowledge, we're starting to raise our vibration. We're lessening the impact of the devil, which raises our vibration. And it amplifies our energy signature, which attracts people to us. So if you're looking at increasing your friends pool or attracting your soulmate, this work will help you do that. It's kind of a perk of this hard work, because that raised energy and amplified energy signature attracts those people to you, especially in the area of your soulmate. So let's look at the challenge. The devil in itself is not the challenge. That's just what we're looking at as an opportunity this week. So what is the challenge for my rose quartz friends for the week of March 8th through the 14th? The Seven of Swords. Now, sevens are a challenging number. However, they usually are victorious. Most people can get away with blowing themselves up a little bit and getting away with stuff they shouldn't. The trick with the Seven of Swords, because 7 being a challenge yet victorious number, and swords being that knowledge piece, the Seven of Swords talks about getting away with something you shouldn't, that theft or kind of that blowing yourself up, that ego swelling. This week, without an understanding, and we need that foundation of understanding of what we can achieve and we can do, you're going to see the devil try and blow things up so that you feel like you can overcome anything. Our ego, or the devil, tries to keep us in our little box, keep us chained to this little box so we don't look at this growth and evolution. Growth and evolution connects us to the higher vibrational energy rather than the lower vibrational energy. Our higher self has a really amazing plan for us. Your ego, or lower self, wants you to stay where you're at in that low vibrational energy, which feeds it. So it's going to help blow you up and feel really kind of like that puffy peacock where you're like, oh yeah, look at me. We have to be careful of that. It's that understanding and knowledge that's going to be key. Not what you think you should be able to get away with, what you truly can. With it, the Tower. The 16th card in the Major Arcana, and it talks about those sudden situations and events that occur that are felt throughout your being in all dimensions. The universe is tired of giving you these little pushes and little nudges. So depending on what work we can get done in this week, or where our attitude and energies are being focused, the less or more this impact is going to be felt. You stay in that high vibration and knowledge energy and true knowledge about self and your situation, that tower is going to be lessened. However, if you're following the Seven of Swords and you're puffing yourself up, thinking that you have more than what you currently do have, those skills and abilities, and really that ego-driven puffiness, you're going to feel the universe deflate you quite quickly. And it's going to, in some cases, have a very hard thunk at the end. Knowing what it is that's currently happening, focusing in on the truth and the heart of the matter will help lessen that challenge of the tower, that impact, if you will. Let's look at blessings. What blessing can my Rose Quartz Friends Embrace for the beginning of the week. Encouragement. Taking what is currently happening, that abundance in your life, and using that as a platform to truly assess what's holding you back and what's really working in our lives. Using what's really working in our lives and feeding it is going to reinforce those amazing new opportunities and growth that we have in our lives. What about the middle of the week? What blessing can my Rose Quartz friends embrace for the middle of the week? Making choices. We have the gift of free will. It is up to us to make the choices that best fit for us right now. Knowing that we do have the tower at play, that the universe is kind of tired of sending those messages and encouragements to us, and that the universe is going to be taking matters into their own hands soon. Making those decisions from that critical thinking aspect and that core truth is going to be really essential. In the end of the week, what can my Rose Quartz friends, what blessing can they embrace at the end of the week? Heal the ouch. By the time we hit the lateral part of this week, we're going to be reassessing and healing that impact and kind of picking up the pieces. And like I said before, those pieces, it's really going to be self-determined as to how we approach and engage the beginning of the week. We really set ourselves up at the very beginning to determine how much the tower is going to strike, how many times it's going to strike, and what aches and pains are going to be a result of these shifts and of this kind of kick in the pants. What further guidance and wisdom can we share with my Rose Quartz friends for overcoming the challenges brought on by the week and the energies they can embrace? Another major arcana, the 13th card in the major arcana, Death. We're looking at a time of shifting. We need to release what isn't working, and death is here to help us do that. When we focus in on what is working, that's when death can come in and help you release what isn't. The Knight of Pentacles. Knights are that adolescent, no fear energy. Pentacles about growth and abundance. The Knight of Pentacles is the one knight that Pamela Coleman Smith drew that wasn't in motion. The other three knights are in varying stages of movement. He's standing still. He's tending that home front. And that's what we need to do. Tend the home front, staying in that positive and releasing what isn't working. The Seven of Pentacles. Sevens are a challenging number. However, they're usually victorious. The Seven of Pentacles talks about that hard work. When we focus and direct our energies in understanding and nurturing and working on different aspects of our lives, That's when we get those aha moments, those eurekas, and that's when those puzzle pieces start to fall into place. We do need to give ourselves some permission, time, and energy to work on these aspects and nurture ourselves. And finally, the Two of Wands. Twos are about duality and choice. Really goes back to this oracle card of making choices. We need to make the choice that best resonates with us, that will be to our greater good. Following the insight and guidance of our higher self will help us make that decision. I want to thank you guys so much for spending time with me today and watching this video. I hope that you found this video fun and helpful, and that you were able to gain some insight and direction into what the week holds for you guys. Now, if you like this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. There is so much more coming your way, my friends. The best way to ensure that you don't miss any of the guidance and healing is to subscribe to my channel and hit that little red bell. Until tomorrow, my friends. Hello and welcome, my Snowflake Obsidian friends. This is for you and your reading. So, like in my other readings, I have a full deck of tarot cards and oracle cards. I do not pre-shuffle and pre-select cards. I let the reading unfold as it naturally needs to. Okay, let's see what the cards have to say for you guys. What can my Snowflake Obsidian friends expect from the week of March 8th through the 14th? Movement. We're looking at some shifting and some shaking this week, my friends. It's going to be a fun week, embracing that unexpected and those unknown elements into our lives. Those little surprises are going to be amazing. What card represents the week of March 8th through the 14th for my Snowflake Obsidian friends? Okay. The first card that jumped out was the Chariot. The 7th card in the Major Arcana, it too talks about movement, using your courage and determination, and more importantly, your willpower to push yourself forward. The charioteer uses willpower alone to get his steeds, in this case a black and white dragon, to go forward and navigate his land and his world. And that's what we need to do. Using your willpower to harness your courage and your determination to push yourself forward, to see that movement, to overcome those challenges that you're facing. With him, the Three of Wands jumped out. Now the Three of Wands is also a movement card. Do we see the pattern here, that movement? This week is kind of shaking you up a bit. The Three of Wands talks about taking those steps into the decisions that we've made. This one's a little bit different than the original card, but I still have that movement forward. There's 2 wands back here, and she's holding one in her hand. You've come to that precipice of those decisions. You've had to make those decisions in the 2 of Wands. You've got the third wand here in your hands, and you're ready to move forward. And it's that ready to move forward, putting action to those decisions that this week is really embracing. Then finally, the 8 of Pentacles. We're finally not looking at a movement card. We're looking at that detailed orientated card, that hard work. Yes, we're looking at some work, that movement and work, but that focus and attention to those details, those little pieces, like this balloon that really caught my attention on the first card there. Paying attention to those little aspects and nuances in our everyday, in the here and now, it's going to make that difference. When we're looking at and taking the time to slow down, to embrace what's happening right now, paying attention to those details, it's where we're going to find those little nuances that help guide us, give us more fulfillment and meaning. So let's look at this week a bit more. What can my Snowflake Obsidian friends expect for the beginning of the week? The Three of Swords. This is what we're moving away from, my friends. We're starting out with that heartache and that hardship. This week is about movement. We need to progressively move away from what's holding us back, those lower vibrational feelings of sad, sorrow, and heartache, and embracing those everyday miracles that happen. It takes a lot of energy to focus in on those unexpected and those miracles, because right now, let's be honest, we're focusing in on some of those losses, that heartache. Shifting our perspective will help go a long way. What about the middle of the week? What can my Snowflake Obsidian friends expect in the middle of the week? Hio Silver, we've got the Knight of Wands. That no fear energy connected in with your passions, that courage and determination. We're starting to see movement. That Chariot energy is very much embracing this Knight of Wands. Using that determination, that no fear energy of the Knight to propel ourselves forward. And what about the end of the week? What does the end of the week bring my Snowflake Obsidian friends? The Lovers, the 6th card in the Major Arcana, and it talks about that loving, nurturing energy that is full of balance, created by unconditional love. Now, I was curious just to see how the Knight was running towards the Three of Swords. In tarot, it makes a difference on where these pictures and where the characters lie. That in itself tells a story. When you look at the Three of Swords, the Eight of Pentacles looks like she's turning her back on that sorrow. We need to be mindful and observant of how the Lovers and how people are presenting in our lives. They could make us go straight back into the Three of Swords, that heartache. We need to break patterns here. We did have the Three of Wands. Those patterns, that duality, those choices. We need to be careful that those who are presenting themselves in the latter part of the week don't make this movement a full circle. We want the movement to take us forward and keep us going forward rather than turning backwards. So when you are presented with new and exciting people at the end of the week, whether it be for a relationship in a romantic sense or a friendship, we're going to be raising our vibrations as we take those steps forward, making sure that whoever these individuals are for our greater good. They have that unconditional loving energy, that positive energy, and balanced relationships. A lot of times when we have new relationships in our lives, we're all excited and we're very attracted to that new. We need to slow down and make sure that that new and movement isn't taking us back full circle. All right, let's look at the challenge of the week. What challenge will my Snowflake Obsidian friends face for the week of March 8th through the 14th. The Ten of Cups. This is one of the family cards, and it can be a bit of a challenge. So it's going to challenge us on a number of levels, especially depending on our situation. So the Ten of Cups talks about family and how those individuals can really give us a bit of a challenge. They can stop us from trying to move forward and progress in our evolution and our transformation into becoming that authentic being. They can really harbor those Three of Swords because some of the sorrow and pain is connected into our family. Can also be connected into those pressures that our family is putting on us, whether it be for a romantic relationship, children, expectations of other sorts. That can also lead us back into the Three of Swords. We need to be very careful as to where we're directing our knight and pretty much which way we're focusing her, because unleashed, she will lead us back to wherever it is she's pointing. Being very mindful on what that family unit and their expectations of us bring, especially for those who are looking for their soulmate. That longing for the Ten of Cups, that family, intimate family of their own, can really be a bit of a challenge for us. Yes, they can be a positive support. We just need to be very mindful and do some critical thinking around what they're going to bring, those expectations, and how that impacts our forward momentum. So let's look at some blessings here. What blessings can my Snowflake Obsidian friends embrace for the beginning of the week? Storm fields. We know that heartache and expectations, there's lots of energies and situations that bring those storms, those kind of really challenging energies and obstacles that we need to overcome. Taking the early part of the week, the beginning of the week, as that baseline as to where we're starting from. We know this week is about movement and change. We want to move away from this. So, taking that as baseline, knowing that there is something better out there. You need to become more in line with your life's purpose and what the universe has planned for you. What about the middle of the week? What blessing can my Snowflake Obsidian friends embrace for the middle of the week? Sacred Pool. This card really talks about those energies and thoughts and feelings that you put out into the universe is what you're going to get back. That karmic law. Many pools or glass-like surfaces are reflections. So it reflects back at us. What we put out is what we're going to get back in. Talks about that direction of that night. We put that night out towards that loving and joyous energy. That's what we're going to get back. When we focus in on those losses and pains, well, that's what we're going to get back too. Being very cautious and careful as to where your night is going to be key for you this week. And the end of the week. What blessing can my Snowflake Obsidian friends embrace for the end of the week? Magic prayer. Setting that intention out. When we ask for that help, when we ask for that guidance, being accepting to how that's going to come back at you. We have the karmic law in play. And I keep coming back to that unexpected red balloon. Embracing those unexpected pieces and that unexpected way that the universe is going to grant your magical prayers, your intentions, your requests for support. When you put it out there and you ask, that's when beings are going to be able to respond and support you. So putting it out there really helps, especially when you are conscious of that energy and how it is and what it is you're asking for. What further guidance and wisdom can we share with my Snowflake Obsidian friends to overcoming the challenges of the week and embracing this movement that the week is offering them? The Four of Wands. Fours are about stability and foundation. The Wand about that passion and creativity. The Four of Wands is a celebration. It's a celebration card of that support and community that you have within your environment. Embracing those positive, supportive people. Some of them maybe are in our family circle, but some of them are going to be in our community circle. Embracing them and getting them to help guide you so that you're not stuck in that sorrow and heartache, that you're focusing in on that light and love. It goes back down to that balance piece within the Chariot, the yin and yang. The charioteer usually has that black and white element to his steeds. So that masculine and feminine energy, bringing in that balance and community, will help bring in that light and love that we're looking for. The Eight of Cups. Eights are about movement and manifestation. Cups about that intuition and emotion. The Eight of Cups talks about going inwards. Sometimes the answers that we're looking for are on the inside. We know that we are looking at movement, but movement happens on different planes in different ways. Some of the movement that we're looking at is going to be releasing this heartache and also really reflecting in on some of this balance. We need to balance out the light and the dark in our lives. Taking some time, giving some energy to reflecting on what's happening on the inside will help you give direction to that night. Because, like I said before, that direction is going to be very important. And finally, the Moon. That unknown, mysterious card directed by the Moon. It too has a balance. We have a wolf and a pet dog. That inner balance of that domestic versus wild side goes back to that Eight of Cups, balancing it out. Those unknown and unexpected pieces and elements are going to be important guides for you. Slowing down, and I know this week is all about movement, but slowing down, being observant in the here and now, being present in the here and now, will help direct this energy and will actually give you more movement than staying in the forward planning or goal setting. We need to be in the present to really make a difference in what's happening. Will help raise our vibration. It'll help send out our energetic signature to attract those people that we need in our lives. Now we do have double eights. We have the Cups and the Pentacles. In angel messages, the angels are telling you to stay true to your passion, that abundance is coming your way. And that's true. We need to move out of that sorrow and heartache into that love and light. When we move into the love and light, it gives us more energy to focus in on our passions and create what it is we want in our lives, putting out there that high vibrational energy, which is going to help us manifest, especially when we set those intentions and ask for what it is we need. I want to thank you guys so much for spending time with me today and watching this video. I hope that you found this video fun and helpful, and that you're able to gain some insight and direction into what the week holds for you. If you like this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for the latest content. There's so much more amazingness coming your way, my friends. The best way to stay connected so you don't miss any of this amazing insight and healing is to subscribe to my channel and hit that little red bell so you don't miss anything. Also, if you enjoyed this video and want to support me in making more, I have a Patreon page with many tiers and lots of perks. In some of the tiers, the perks are private readings and healings with myself. I provided a helpful link below, so why not go check it out? Until tomorrow, my friends.